I'm gonna try to extricate this weapon before Chad can choke me out. So, you ready? Let's do it. 3, 2, 1, go. Welcome back to another episode of Scenic Fights, Fight Scenes Breakdown. I'm Logan Lo.
I'm Chad Vázquez.
And today we're breaking down Donnie Yen's 2021 Raging Fire, starring Donnie Yen as Officer Bong and Nicholas Say as his former protege turned criminal Ngo.
If you've seen Killzone, Flashpoint, and Special ID, this is a must watch.
And of course, watch all of our breakdowns of those films. Okay, are you ready?
Let's do it.
So it looks like Nicholas is trying to intimidate Donnie by showing off his skills, and it looks like it's working. Donnie.
It also looks like Nicholas has good style. Look at that suit, baby. All right,
you know,
I dig it.
When I fight, I like to fight in a suit.
Yeah, why not, man?
All right, oh, baton time. Throw away that.
Oh, that's cool.
Donnie just threw that away. I don't need that. It looks like Nicholas is in 2 hammer grips, and Donnie's just attacking. Circling. Lots of motions, but they're not actually engaging. Okay, it looks like Nicholas changed from double hammer to double ice pick, which in my opinion is superior grip for 2 knives.
Is it easy to switch grips off the butterfly knives?
Not especially. Butterfly knives are not especially balanced. You know what? There's actually a lot to break down. We've got the butterfly knives and the grips of the knife. Nicholas Say is using 2 butterfly knives. The reason why it's a butterfly knife is because the nature of it is such that its handle is its own sheath. He started off with double hammer grip. The reason why you want to have something in hammer grip, as you saw in our John Wick video, is for the additional reach. But here, this doesn't make a lot of sense considering that Donnie has a baton and also has this cool bulletproof vest. You're not dangerous unless you can touch the guy. If I reach out, I can barely touch Chad here, but Chad, without much effort, can attack me at will. If I'm even farther away, I'm in an even worse disadvantage because I cannot hit him. I might be able to hit his arm, but I can't hit him, whereas he can still hit me. What is the solution for this? Well, there's 2. One is footwork, where we really didn't see that. We saw him just go forward and back, and that makes sense because of how it was shot. Another thing he could have done is to have one weapon in an ice pick grip and one weapon in a hammer grip. And let me show you why. As Chad comes in with that number 1, this actually happens. I can cut. Notice I'm blocking and cutting. I'm gonna launch this to his chest. He's wearing a bulletproof vest here, but I would go for the throat. Note now, I can do a disarm. Now I'm on the side. I've started the flank. I can use the hook now. As I'm cutting him, there's another stab. I can stab him where he's not wearing a bulletproof vest. Come again, stab him again, stab again, and go on my way. All of this is done because I have the ice pick grip as a means of gripping and as a means of being both offensive and defensive at the same time. So that, in my opinion, would be a better position for Nicholas to have rather than double hammer grips to be able to effectively close the distance. The other alternative, double ice pick grip. Why is this also good? If Chad comes in with that number 1, I can do a hook. He's wearing body armor, so I would be attacking the throat. Note now, there's my disarm as well. There's another attack, again to the throat. There's my hook. There's another attack and another attack. Again, making Swiss cheese out of Chad as I pass and move forward because of the positioning of my hand grips. And here we go. So Nicholas and Donnie are clearly in a duel right now. Just lots of number 1s by Donnie. He keeps resetting for some reason. Donnie Yen has a collapsible baton, which makes sense for him because he's an officer. This is good for someone that does Eskrima or Kali because it's very reminiscent of the sticks that we use. Let's talk about how Donnie used the baton a little bit. Donnie Yen's motions are very staccato. He starts from an upper quadrant attack, a number 1 downward, and then resets to an upper quadrant attack. What I feel Donnie should have done is he should have attacked, boom, on the way up, and then re-attacked on the way down. So this way, he's attacking at every instance. Now, we mentioned this before in our Mortal Kombat breakdown, the number 3 attack, which is essentially where you are after a failed number 1 or number 2 attack. Your weapon is down. So I feel that that was a wasted opportunity. Donnie's character could have started off from an upper quadrant, ended up in a lower quadrant, and still pressed the attack forward. Flashy kick. Can you do that kick, Chad?
No, I'll be honest. I'm not that athletic.
I feel you should try.
Sure.
Nicholas is coming down with 2 ice pick grips into Donnie Yen. I do like what's happening here. So Donnie's doing a weave. You've actually taught me a weave with the legs, and then Donnie just did a disarm. So here, Nicholas's character is doing yet another standoff. Note that this makes no sense whatsoever because, Chad, don't allow me to touch your chest. So here, I'm trying to force it in, but because it's blunt, bam, over. Here, I can come in, slash that, bam, over. Here, I can push up, boom, and go right for the throat again. So each time, that's not stopping me. There was no reason for Nicholas to try to force that through because at every point, I can just get this out of the way. Why? It's not an edged weapon. It's a blunt object. So there's nothing preventing Nicholas from finishing off Donnie.
Here the roles are reversed. Because Nicholas insists on pushing those knives through, Donnie takes advantage of that by doing a weave. He comes in and weaves his hand in through Nicholas's arms and then uses his own baton to do a disarm of the right hand, leaving Nicholas with only a left-handed knife.
Nice disarm.
Okay, all right, so now it's on the ground, and Donnie Yen has back control against Nicholas. 2 hooks in. Okay, and what's interesting here, what's pretty cool, is there's weapons involved.
Right.
So we have Donnie Yen with the strangle arm on top, holding the baton, and with his left hand, he's holding Nicholas's left hand as well, that has the knife.
That's a good grip. I don't think I could get out of that. Oh, the grip just changed. You know what? This makes sense. Donnie's grip was so good on the left hand, on the left side, but it looks like they did an edit so that it went from hammer grip to ice pick grip because otherwise there's no way that I can see that Nicholas could adequately switch hands without getting choked out first.
Let's break down Donnie Yen's back control, and then we can talk about the edit and the knife switch.
Let's do it.
We have Donnie Yen's right arm, which has the baton, being defended by Nicholas. We have Donnie Yen's left hand grabbing Nicholas' blade hand, let's call it. What would I do here? I would let go of the baton. This weapon is getting in the way of me doing good work, in my opinion. I would let go of it, out of the equation, done. Next, I'm going to trap the arm. If the guy I'm fighting is really pulling my wrist, I would chop and trap if I can. Given there's a blade involved, tell you the truth, everyone, I might grab the knuckles if I can, the hand itself. I am a little concerned about this weapon reaching my wrist, so I actually might really grab the knuckles given this weapon and try to switch into, boom, this strangle here and provide a one-arm strangle, not 2 arms because of the blade. With all that said, I'm not a weapons expert,
Right.
so that's just my opinion given the situation. What do you think?
If Donnie was able to do exactly what Chad said to Nicholas, Nicholas is done. So I'm gonna try to extricate this weapon before Chad can choke me out. So, you ready? Let's do it. 3, 2, 1, go. No. Just props to Donnie Yen for doing such a great capture of the hand that they actually had to fix it because there was no way that Nicholas was going to get out. So props to Donnie Yen on that. So here in the revision, Nicholas has the weapon in an ice pick grip. Note that there's greater surface area for me to control and grab this weapon away from my own hand. So once again, Chad's gonna try to choke me. I'm gonna try to get this weapon out before Chad can choke me. All right,
Okay,
you
let me
ready?
get in position here, ready to go.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, that was hard to hold.
Yeah, so I can use that lever to get that weapon out. That was really good understanding by everyone. Understanding that here, there was greater ability for Nicholas to get out versus here, less ability.
Okay, that's legit. He stopped the weapon with his leg. So
Right.
that's legit grappling stuff there.
Ooh, cartwheel kind of thing.
Okay, that's pretty cool kicks he's doing.
Donnie Yen does those kicks. Oh, geez. Does some great kicks.
Okay. Some
Lots of-
grappling here.
Lots of elbows. That was a flying
Nicholas
knee.
threw a flying knee. He's trying to punch Donnie Yen's chest, but it has a bulletproof vest. So I don't know how much he feels that. And
That-
Donnie responds just by tossing him. Oh man, that poor suit.
Man, think of the dry cleaning bills on that.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Okay, oblique kick by Nicholas. And all right, that's pretty cool. Donnie Yen jumps over the oblique kick
Right.
with a Superman punch.
And we saw the Superman punch before, didn't we? In our Captain America Winter
Yes.
Soldier.
And we looked into the oblique kick
Right.
on a Kengan no Shooter episode. For those that remember, if you haven't, go ahead and watch that.
Definitely.
Let's break this down. Let's see these two moves and how they collide and how practical it is. Nicholas is using an oblique kick to maintain the distance, and you see he pushes Donnie Yen twice with it. Nicholas, boom, 1, 2. Donnie Yen's answer, bring the leg back, jump over with a Superman punch, right? So from here, that's what he's trying to do. I don't see that being a very real answer in a real life context because the oblique kick is doing a great job, if it works, on maintaining distance. I mean, you'd have to have some like Michael Jordan jumps to reach over to that face and get over that leg. My answer to this situation, fakes and feint. If you're being countered well, don't repeat the same pattern. From here, if I notice that, I'll fake, feint, like so, and get a reaction. And from here, fake, pop, and smack right to the leg there, and see how to get through his guard and find the next best strike. I don't see how jumping over the leg and reaching would be a real answer. Although it looked awesome.
And he is Donnie Yen.
Yeah, right? Can't say too much there. Against two trained fighters, I don't see the Superman punch being a real answer against oblique kick.
Now that
So
you're
pipe
brawling.
involved. He's playing, I don't know, Mozart with his face on the piano. I mean, is that even the right position?
I think it was more Bach.
But
really.
yeah, hey, you answer that. Okay, Donnie is trying to strangle or choke Nicholas with a pipe.
And Nicholas is responding by doing an eye gouge. We saw the eye gouge in our Punisher breakdown. That, I think, is pretty effective.
Yes, question for you.
Yeah.
Is there a way to actually complete a choke with a pipe in a technical way?
You know what? There's a much more efficient way of choking someone with a pipe or with a solid bar object. Let's do that. Let's talk about that as well.
Let's do it.
In this final exchange, Donnie is armed with a metal pipe. He's behind Nicholas and pulling. Nicholas is doing an eye gouge to Donnie right there. And then the fight ends because of that. What would have been a better option for Donnie? Well, to answer both the eye gouge and this problem here, because what is the problem? Donnie is using just his muscles to pull back. Whenever possible, you want to use leverage. So let's duck underneath. Now I'm using my neck as a stationary object. This does many things. It frees up my right hand. And Nicholas can't get the angle that he needs for the eye gouge. I can also soften up Nicholas as I finish the choke. That would have been a better option, in my opinion.
Okay, statue falls. We have now dust covering the battlefield.
I wonder who pays for all of this cleanup afterwards, you know?
It's me money. It's me so much.
Oh.
Okay, Donnie gets stabbed his left hand with a screwdriver?
Yeah, it's a screwdriver.
By Nicholas. Okay, Donnie pushes Nicholas against the wall. Man, that looks crazy. All right, Donnie's pressing Nicholas against the wall, using an overhook to stop him being stabbed again, headbutting the crap out of him.
Right. Oh, disarm.
And he pulls up a Matrix-like armbar. Okay,
Whoa.
Donnie pulls off some Matrix-like entry to an armbar. Pretty cool. Now, it looks like he's going for what I like to refer to in some coaches as well, a power armbar. Let's break that down. Some cool details, some mechanics. Let's look into it. And I think that's an awesome move done by Donnie Yen. Donnie Yen takes us to the end of this fight with an awesome Matrix-like wall climb to an armbar position.
He's 58. 58.
Amazing, looks great. So, he lands in this position and proceeds to the armbar. Now remember, his left hand just got stabbed by a screwdriver. So, there's something that's very interesting, I think, that happened, is how he approached the armbar, given he has an injured hand. Let's take a look. We're here in the top armbar position, thanks to Donnie Yen's wall walk. His left hand is stabbed. What he does is he passes the responsibility of the power arm to the other hand because it's injured. I understand why he did that, given the injury, but everyone, when it comes to going for arm bars, the rule states this. If we're going for the left arm, your left hand's usually what's holding because we're trying to break the elbow over the left side, the left hip. It's the left, left, left rule or the right, right, right rule. Why? Because of mechanics. Look, when Donnie passes over to this power grip like so, it's more like an American lock. Not that of an arm bar, right? This is more of a rotation of the shoulder, which really attacks more here. And he applies this power grip like so, leans back and pushes. Now, I can see the elbow getting damaged here, along with the shoulder, but do you see what's happening to Logan's elbow? It's turning. It's loose. It's not a firm straining of the arm to break it. And this is the problem. So, my advice? Okay, left hand's injured. Fair. But why don't we just then use our armpit? Clamp like so. So you don't have to put that pressure on your hand. This is why I like to call it power armbar. It's very strong and it's very good against flexible people. So from here, I'm trying to break the arm, not working. So I grab it with my right hand, I crunch up and I pinch. And I lean back on that hand, on the correct elbow, and it snaps just like that. This, I think, would have been a better option for Donnie Yen in that situation.
So this was actually a really cool fight scene because you have so many different weapons involved. You had the butterfly knives, you had the collapsible baton, you have a metal pipe. Because of all of the different mixes of weapons, I thought that was really cool. I really enjoyed that about it.
Two things I really liked were the two grappling positions, the back control and the armbar.
But that's not to say that it was a perfect scene. For example, Donnie is just attacking from the upper quadrants rather than the upper and lower quadrants. Similarly with Nicholas, he wasn't mindful of the distance and he kept his weapons in suboptimal ways.
For those reasons, Logan and I are going to give this fight scene a B+.
He's 58! 58!
Yeah, you try running off a wall right into an armbar at 58. That'd
Can't
be
do
impressive.
it now.